لبيك.
My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abdahu wa rasulah. My dear brothers and sisters, had it not been for the COVID epidemic, about 3 million people, 3 million Muslims, would have been making the Hajj this year. The rites and rituals of Hajj relate to the lives of Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Ismail, and Hajar. Their story is immortal, and although it is 4,000 years old, it is quite relevant to family life in every country and culture. This is a story of domestic conflict. It exemplifies the choices that family members have to make to arrive at solutions and at the same time to abide with the injunctions of God. Family conflicts will continue to exist because of the very nature of our existence and creation. Allah made Ibrahim, Hajar, and Ismail role models for all of mankind. It was a test to show their spirit of sacrifice and devotions to please God. God made Ibrahim an example to show that mankind can love him above everything else. In this case, Ibrahim loved his son, Ismail, above everything else. It is quite visible to see a man showering his love on his children. The situation is most severe when he has one child or one son. And this is the warning. And know that your properties and your children are but a trial, and that Allah has with him a great reward. So we should not make our properties and our children cause us to deviate from the path of Allah. We are tested constantly with time, money, knowledge, words, actions, making the Hajj, and even offering an animal sacrifice. Let us pay attention to the dua and try to understand its meaning of the sacrifice. This dua is made at the time of sacrifice of an animal, and it is a declaration to God. Say, Inna salati wa nusaki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen, la sharika lahu, wa bidhalika umirtu wa ana awwalul muslimin. Truly, for emphasis, my prayer, my service, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for Allah, cherisher of the worlds. The story of Ibrahim is a story of love, obedience, anger, envy, jealousy, and most importantly, it brings out the meaning of sacrifice. It is a story of a father prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice of what he loved most to please God. Of a young boy who resigned himself to the will of God, and a mother who has unshakable faith in God. This is the life of a single mother, who is a model for the millions of single mothers who are left to rear their children. In the case of Hajar, the conditions were extreme. Hajar taught her son to love, respect, and obey his father. She bore no bitterness for her husband Ibrahim, although he left her in a desert with nothing. In our world, very often, separation engenders hate, enmity, determination to do harm, court battles for wealth, and custody of the children. Hajj and Eid al-Adha is the story of a family, your family, my family. It is about our domestic issues, disagreements between husbands and wives, and parents and children. It shows the benefits when family members encourage one another in acts of righteousness. This is the story of three nations, Muslims, Jews, and Christians. This is the story of a father, mother, and son. This is the story of a family. This is a father who loved his son above everything else. Allah wanted to teach all of his creations, man, jinns and angels, what it means when we say we love him. Thank you for listening. Do join me again for another in the series of Hajj and Umrah presented by NUR UL ISLAM. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.